Good afternoon and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents the Dragon Circus Campaign, episode 31. I'm your DM and host, Marty, joined by Mark at the moment. How's it going, Mark?
Hello.
Hey.
Good.
Ahmed is not there. He is currently eating after his fast. I think he's got some family over too, so he'll be a little bit slow. But we'll continue our conversation about Pathfinder 2. Mark had some comments about the way he perceived his character arcs with the Masters going, and then we'll do a recap of the game, and we'll actually play if it's only Mark and I. So we'll get to that tonight. How's it going, Mark?
Good. You?
Not too bad. Did you avoid all the magma thrown at you?
No, I've been on holidays like for the last 14 days. Today's my last day of holidays, actually.
What? We could have played more D&D? Shit.
Wow.
Well, shit.
Adam's struggling to make games as it is. I don't want to make him feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all busy. So how was your holiday?
Oh, pretty good. I basically put off my honey-do list till yesterday, so that was
Wait, how many days do you have left?
Procrastination there.
How many days do you have left?
I go back to work tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So today was all like, oh shit, I got 101 things to do.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Got 99 problems in D&D 8.1. All right.
Yeah.
So you were talking about two of your characters for the Masters campaign for Paradashin that joined and any of the others that are viewing this for the first time. Our campaign is effectively a world where gladiatorial games are as popular as, say, football, soccer is worldwide. It's used by this empire as a measure to control non-humans and those that don't believe in the true faith of the five-faced god. And each week we toggle between a group of players or a group of characters that are controlled by the players where they are the masters of a gladiatorial ludus, and they're sort of like running the ludus and all the politics and buying and trading slaves and gladiators and training them up and risking their lives in the arena. So they're doing the management sort of aspect, and then we toggle the next game to a more sobering group where it's a group of conquered or captured people in this big war on a far-off continent that are being marched up what is called the Road of Sorrow, and these unfortunates have become gladiators and are thrown into the ring or into the arenas with almost every major city or stopping point along the road as they mercilessly march towards the heights of civilization in the empire. So, tonight we're going to resume Game 31. We'll resume the story of the gladiators that are part of the Road of Sorrow. They've recently called their caravan the Circus of Dread, sort of a eponymously named caravan, kind of making reference to, I guess, the campaign itself. Right. And we'll do a recap of what happened with them last game. But Mark had mentioned that he was thinking about some things with his two master characters. They have each two characters, each of the three players, that are in charge of their ludus. Of course, we were talking about Phineas, who is the alchemist, mind chemist, wizard. He's an imperialist, an ex or a graduate of the Imperial Magical Academy. And he's also a drug user, and he's basically got a lot of student debts because he spent most of his time, or spent too much of his parents' money, getting high during his academy days. So that's Phineas, and he seems to be a little bit uncaring with running the ludus. He's an excellent crafter, and then we've got Damien, who is a
demon.
Spoiled, noble.
He is the spoiled rich kid jock.
Right.
No, actually, he's worse than that. I was gonna say he's a spoiled rich kid jock from like 80s comedy movies, but he's so much worse than that. He is the spoiled rich kid jock from teen thriller movies. Like, you didn't know how awful what he would do to small animals and people who are unconscious.
So we were talking before you arrived, Ahmed. Welcome, and the stream is on. Um, about the character arc. So Mark had envisioned what his character arcs would be. Of course, we'll play the game and find out if it goes that way. But
the events in the game could certainly derail anything.
Right, but I'm interested in hearing. He's like, I finally got the groove with Phineas, and I'm like, oh yeah, tell me more. You know, like as a DM, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen to my players. So I haven't heard it all yet. I wanted Mark to share this with everyone listening on the stream. So sorry to indulge me.
All right. So when I first came up with the idea of Phineas, he was like basically your stereotypical mage, with the exception of he doesn't quite have that arrogance, except he's high. He is arrogant, but he's too mousy to voice it. Like he's one of those, he walks away and mumbles about how much smarter he is. He doesn't tell people to their face until he gets to know them, and he's sure they won't punch him in the face. Yeah, he's a geek, basically. He's a big magic nerd.
Man, I can guess fireballs.
And now he's been thrust into this world he really doesn't want to be in. And he's up until now, he's basically been able to kind of hide behind his work and like, I'm busy, I don't want to deal with people, I don't want to deal with that. And now things are getting to a point where it's like, if I don't deal with some of these people or these events that are transpiring, things are going to go badly, not just for me, but for things I think are important, like magic and the integrity of the guild and things like that. So he's kind of being forced out of his comfort zone for sure. And he's dealing with people he normally would have nothing to do with. And some of his preconceived notions, for example, Zed, like I played him up as kind of like that so ignorant, like he doesn't realize he's being so rude and racist, where he's getting to the point where like Zed's been around enough, he's gonna be like, okay, Zed isn't a drooling savage, he's actually polite and he thinks things through, and okay, maybe I was a little bit wrong. Like he's gonna get to the point where he doesn't have necessarily preconceived notions about people based on race. Like he's basically gonna get woke, I guess.
Right. So to be fair, the Empire basically is human centric, and they are conquering they're conquering nations full of non-humans, and anyone who is not a citizen is definitely a lesser class citizen, class.
He will not get to the point where he thinks of half-orcs as equals.
Yep.
But he will not get. He will get to the point where he will give an individual the benefit of the doubt if what they seem to be able to do goes beyond the stereotypes. For Zed, for example, like there's no way he doesn't think Zed's going to steal anything from his lab. So if Zed's around, he's not going to bother locking the door. Another half-orc, he might change his mind.
Interesting.
But he will not get to the point where it's like, well, I guess maybe they're the same as humans, because he's still a member of the church. He's still been from day one of birth. He was indoctrinated with humans are the best. Humans are the best. This is our divine right.
And then you're on top of that, you're a wizard, which ranks very high in the in the echelon of the Imperium. Not every smart person gets to go to the academy.
No.
It is strictly controlled, or at least they try to strictly control magic.
Yes, and right now, especially with his dealings with some of the wizards in town, he's kind of trying to check his own arrogance, because he's dealing with the arrogance of other wizards and seeing how he perceives it. He's wondering, okay, do other people think that of me? I mean, I think I have that right because I'm smart and can do these things, but doesn't look good.
Wait, am I as dickish as that dude? So anyway, that's really interesting. Thanks for sharing that with me. That tells me a few things that I don't want to say out loud. That tells me a couple of things. Okay, it's good feedback. Nothing bad. Like, it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad that Phineas
Damien's
feels more involved, or I'm glad, even better, if step meta deeper, I'm glad that Mark is feeling more involved through Phineas.
I agree. No, I agree. Mark, do you want to tell us, how do you feel today? How are you feeling?
Well, I feel like Ahmed should just let me play characters because I can do a better job.
Are you
I should also, by the way,
are you feeling comfortable today? Are you?
I would be more comfortable if you'd let me do your character sheets because yours are a freaking mess, man.
10:30. We'll have a
they're
10:30
mess.
hugsies. And
Wow, dude. don't actually. I asked him to share that information, dude.
Yeah, what's Magnus's arc? Oh my god.
that's exactly.
Magnus spent last game in a totally different mood, which I thought was really good growth for Magnus. Like, Magnus is going through a doldrum right now. A bunch of people that he cared about died. He's in charge of a bunch of stuff. His legend is growing, but at the same time, he's starting to realize that he may not escape the next tough situation that he's put in. He's had a couple of scary brushes with death, and a bunch of people that he's responsible for and or love also died around him. And then the crushing blow of you going to the high priest of the old gods, the masked oracle, saying, "Can you bring these people back to life?" And he said, "Well, we need the permission of the Archbishop of the Five-Faced God, because there are laws here against miracles done by non-imperial stamped churches." And Magnus went, oh, like, it was just like the down upon the down. Hopefully Magnus climbs out of his depression, but that is neither here nor there, as we are not concentrating on the Masters tonight. It was just a very interesting conversation we were having before the stream that I wanted to conclude on stream. We are going to shift over to the Road of Sorrow, or the Circus of Dread. And let's see what they were up to last game. Last game with this group, episode 29, was called the Shadow Star Conspiracy. Samuel the Giant rejoins his companions, and there is much rejoicing. Ratimer arranges a job to protect a noblewoman, Dowager Countess Gavina Opal, on her exodus from the Duchy of Vied to the capital of Vade, the city of Vatapol. Now, this is important in that the two groups will finally be, once they get to Vatapol, in the same city. This is the first time they have marched across continent to be in the same place. And I have got I will flash this because it's not too well. The stuff that is uncovered was what they knew about a long time ago. So I'll give you a little bit of a peek of what this part of the world of Tarak looks like. From one end where my cursor is where they started the journey, and they've marched all the way up to Vied here. The other masters started off in the Imperial City and have marched to Vatapol, and they're about to meet. The two groups are about to be in the same city. I'm looking forward to that, although I actually don't know under which circumstance they will meet. But I'm starting to see. Depends what you guys do. So this Countess wants to leave the Duchy of Vied. Now, she's a dowager, meaning that her husband's dead. Her husband, the late Count of Vied, noted that there is no longer a Count of Vied. There is a commander, a military officer of the Empire now rules the entire duchy. Vied used to be a kingdom. For a time, a count ruled over this province, as the Empire is not fond of kings. They slowly have been getting rid of kings over time on the continent that they have conquered. So, this dowager countess, who might be well connected, wants to leave Vied, and she started to hint as to why. Sam, Hortensi, Arlen, Undwind, and Roger guard the noblewoman's estate at night before they depart, as she suspects that there may be trouble, as she's seen trouble in the past. They discover that her late husband, Count Griswalder Opal of Vied, was an adventurer who sought to follow in the footsteps of his famous ancestor, also an adventurer named Sir Ambrose. Many have sought to steal her family's treasures, and some of those treasures included artifacts that were recovered from the time of Sir Ambrose. This is a couple hundred years ago, in the time when the Empire was around, or it had just kind of come through, and there was much upheaval in the land. The Countess hires a guide, a pompous man by the name of Valen of the Vastwood, and while traveling on the forest roads between Vied and Vade, Valen leads the caravan to a roadside inn called the Dusty Bow. Mortenzi sneaks ahead to scout. And I think where we left off was Mortenzi had flew to the inn. I'm just going to go to the Dusty Bow roadside inn. Flew to the inn invisibly and had enough time to kind of sneak around and open up a few doors and have a look around. He saw that there was a weird collection of people in the tap room in the inn. He also saw that there was a wolf locked in one of the rooms, a savage-looking creature. And he saw that there was some strange woman in this weird leathery getup with whippy things and paddles, having some strange, sexy fun time with a man who had stripped off all of his armor. Some noble-looking warrior. He had full plate, basically, if you recall, that was strewn throughout the room. Of course, if you opened up random rooms in any hotel, I'm pretty sure you'd find weird stuff. Mortenzi found weird stuff. He began to fly back, but his invisibility and the fly spell wore out, which means that he is now walking down the forest road back towards the caravan. Let's go with the caravan for a moment. This is before Mortenzi has returned. I'm just going to go to the road, unless I put the caravan. I'm just going to go to the Road of Sorrow map. Mortenzi has, this is like, I don't know, 5 minutes after Mortenzi left. There's a group of you that's talking along this.
I thought I was muted. Mortenzi is, yeah, it's 5 minutes exactly before his spells run out.
Yeah. You notice that Valen of the Vastwood has ridden ahead a little bit as you guys were conversing. This is after you sent Mortenzi off. And give me a sense motive. First, a perception. As the group is on the side of the road talking. I need perception checks. I'm just going to roll a boatload of them for the guys that you're not controlling. Probably screwing up your roll.
I don't see a result for my roll.
Try again. Motor and Bod is.
Yeah. No, good job.
Okay. Give me a sense motive for Edward and a sense motive for Ugg. I guess Roger as well. All three of them made it.
Okay, so let me throw this roll that up.
Widget, unfortunately, was just patrolling a little bit. Sam was talking to old Whitey, and Barak was the whole group of them was back here. Just happened to be.
So Edward got a 9.
Does he actually have ranks in sense motive?
That's what he asked me to do.
Mm-hmm.
He asked me to roll it, so I don't know. Sense motive, he has 7, so he has a 16.
Okay.
I think he rolled a 13. He's like sense motive plus 7, so he got 20.
Nice.
And then who's the last person?
Edward.
Oh, sorry, Edward had a 7. So Edward had a 17 in total. Who's the first person?
Edward was the first one, so 7.
Okay. So
he's got a 16.
His total is 16.
Okay.
And then Ugg is 20.
Got it.
And who's the third person?
Roger.
Oh, okay, sorry. Roger.
Edward, the magus, Roger, the crossbowman, and Ugg, the three-armed mutant.
Doesn't have. Roger doesn't have sense motive, so he has a 10 total. Well, that's his.
Looks like our guide wants to leave. Ugg actually caught Valen of the Vastwood, slowly kind of cantering his horse up the road, kind of looking back over his shoulder, and you notice that his horse now opens up into a trot and is now moving faster and faster as he's trying to get away. You guys can react to this. Ugg gets to react. I guess it's initiative. Ugg gets to act in the surprise round. The surprise is Valen of the Vastwood is riding away.
How far is he?
We're on the Road of Sorrow map.
Sorry. I need map tools up.
Holy fuck, Ahmed. Come in here making fun of Mark and I in our discussion.
Let me tell you about my feelings. Hunger. Thirst. Fatigue.
Nice.
And sleep.
I'm not sure if those are feelings.
There are right now.
I guess you could feel hungry, but it's
I
not.
do feel hungry, baby. Well, not anymore. The stuff. Okay, so we are at the Dusty Bow. No. What's the road that we're on? Okay, perfect. Where is Og?
All right, I need to roll initiative between Ugg and Valen. Valen's got a +4. He gets a 15.
Don't try to grapple. Grapple his horse.
Yeah.
Ugg looks like he's got an initiative +4 as well. Somebody want to roll that?
Yep, sure. Have you got Twitch up?
Twitch? Yeah. You go ahead and roll. I'm looking to see what Ugg's gonna do. What the hell is going on?
What the hell is that there?
Okay, so that's a
All right,
2.
well, 6, I guess.
6. Okay, so he is riding down the road. We'll say 3D 100 feet later. 140 feet from now, there's a bend in the road, and he trots his horse 100 feet away. He's 40 feet away from the bend.
Wait, Ugg is gonna charge the horse.
All right, so let me draw a bit of a road.
Oh, can Ugg even make that run? 460? He can't. He can't
And
make that
the
even
road-
straight run. Which
the
he
road-
can't even run.
Bends in the forest a little bit.
No, you'd have to have like an 80-foot move speed to get there.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. This was a surprise round. I'm going to move him back 50. The horse is about to bolt. This is a standard move in the surprise round for Ugg.
Come on.
Oh,
Roger,
he's
shoot
getting
the-
away.
Shoot the horse, Roger. Roger's
Yeah.
gonna have to shoot that horse dead.
Yeah.
Is Ugg moving forward? 40?
Yep.
Okay. All right, top of the round. Everyone gets to act, so I think initiative for Roger. I guess the Roger, Edward, and Arlen get to add to the initiative.
Ireland is kinds of.
I rolled a 12 for somebody.
Roger. Okay.
Sure, Roger.
Why
Okay.
the hell?
I'm just going to write down the initiatives.
Okay, Arlen had a 15.
Arlen is at 15. 15.0 or 14.99? You're at -1, right?
I'm looking at my icon right now. My
What did Ugg roll, Mark?
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, so he's at 6.4.
No, I have a 0.
You have a 0 now?
Smarty.
Okay.
Yep. Woohoo!
I had rolled a 16 for a 15. Sorry, for Valen. 15.4. What? Who rolled the 12?
I rolled the 12. I just
Who's the 12 for?
Roger.
Is it Roger?
Okay, Roger's at a 17.5.
Nice.
Randomly, how's it going? Last
random?
initiative is Edward. Somebody roll a d20 for him. He's at a +4.
Oh, god damn it.
All right. Edward,
That was
Eddie
look at
has got a
myself in the-
5.4. Yeah, Eddie was like, "Huh? What is going on here?" His cloak was caught on like a nail or something like that, and he wasn't really paying attention. We'll say that the rest of the caravan is busy and not really paying attention to the
Thanks,
to the
Randy.
guide. Roger, what's Roger gonna do?
Roger's gonna shoot him. What? What's going on?
That's a good Roger
Waiting for someone
response.
to
Drop
say-
his horse.
Okay, he shoots the horse. He gets his
Okay.
response.
He pulls out Gnome Slayer, which is his magical heavy crossbow. He levels it. He realizes he's got some cover, or like the wagon is providing some cover from the side of the road. He can move up a little bit, so he moves up 30 feet as part of a move. He pulled out his weapon. He's right behind Ugg. Looks like he's in the second 145 feet away. I think that's the second range increment for heavy crossbow. Give me an attack. I believe he's at
This is a plus.
plus 13.
He's at plus 13. Okay.
Is he deadly aiming?
Oh, he's deadly aiming on the horse.
Okay. Deadly aim counteracts his vicious aim, so that's +0 attack, +6 damage. At this range, he's at +11 to hit.
All right, plus 11. Friggin' horse. Let's go.
All right, don't move, Ugg, don't move. And he's kind of holding the crossbow sideways. He's trying to get around the the wagon that's sort of in the way. He doesn't want to hit the skeletal belay, but his bolt flicks towards the riding horse, the flat-footed horse. Actually, the horse went, but it doesn't know it's being attacked. That hit the horse. D10 plus 10 damage.
Kill the horse.
There we go. 10 plus 10. 15!
Oh, I gotta look up the hit points of a riding horse, because that horse is not having a good day.
That horse is not a combat horse, yeah. That is not a cavalry horse.
Nope, it is a light war horse at best. Light horse.
Oh, there's 12,000 calories. Bam! Yeah!
The horse has 2d8 plus 6 hit points, reroll ones. It has 19 hit points. It just took 15 damage. Fuck! There is a crossbow bolt that is pierced right through the back leg of the horse. The horse almost kicks Valen off, who's going to make a ride check to stay on. He is surprisingly dexterous. He's able to keep control of his horse and stay in the saddle, but he is concerned. It is now Valen's go, and I don't know if he wants to. He is able to make the horse not run, but kind of hobble away while it's sort of screaming. And he's just gotten around the corner slightly. You can still see him. The horse is refusing to run at this state. Okay. Come on! But you could tell by his No sense motive required. He is trying to make the horse go away from the caravan. He is fleeing.
can't imagine
He
why.
is fleeing. All right,
I can't imagine why.
he double moves the horse. He then is going to attempt a free action to dismount from the horse. The horse does not need to make a save or die. It's not 50 damage or more. It is bloodied, though. He knows how to ride, and he gets off the horse as a free action. And he does have a standard action. He will have to make a concentration check if he's going to cast a spell, but our friend Valen of the Vastwood is some kind of spellcaster.
All right.
Let's see here. Valen
Okay, this is really frustrating the shit out of me.
has a +10.
Mouse is not working.
He's trying to cast a first level spell. Vigorous Motion, I believe, has a DC. Let's have a look here.
I like his odds.
Just opening up PFSRD. Concentrate! DC plus the level of the spell you're casting. So if he rolls a 1, he gets an 11, which is the DC. All right, spellcraft check. He, as he was riding forward and slips off the horse, he was casting a spell. Ugg doesn't care about spells. Roger doesn't know about spells. Arlen and Edward, maybe.
Give me a sec. Oh, what's the DC?
14 does not make it. You know that he cast magic, however. And then if you give me a roll for Edward, the
Edward.
the magus,
Same thing.
he's got a +12.
Yeah, I can't take it. 20 plus 12, Eddie. 27.
It looks like he's going to try to retreat away, says Edward. This time it is an appropriate name for the spell, no? He makes a nerdy spell joke. Unwin laughs a little bit at that. What do you mean? He says, as he doesn't quite realize what's going on. 'Cause he's just a kid. Come on, he's a kid. You're not going to blame him for not being part of the initiative. All right. Or you can. You'd just be a dick. After it was Valen's turn, it's Arlen. Arlen, what are you doing? Arlen is missing his feet from the knees down due to a attack by desert drakes. He had his feet electrocuted off, and he's been transformed into a blonde-haired elf from a dark-haired elf by his draconic god called the Source Behind the Light.
Source of light. The source.
All right, so you're sitting in your chair on the side of the road as you were conversing, and you realize that you're waiting for Mertenzi to come back, and your guide got more and more skittish, and looks like he's going to try to run away.
How far away is he?
From you right now, he is 245 feet away. 240. Sorry, I grabbed the guy behind you.
Where is Arlen exactly? Sorry, my mouse is not working, so navigation's kind of balls right now.
Sure, you can
I
ride your
need
chair
to move me forward.
Okay.
60
Okay, where do you need to
feet.
go?
Hold on.
60 feet?
Hold on. I need to calculate how far I could go. I can cast. I need to be 150 feet away from him. 150 feet away is there. That is 90 feet. Crap.
So Arlen's sighing. He's like, I need to get up there.
It's too bad.
That isn't.
Fortunately, my mobility was already put on Hortensi. Oh wait, let's try this one. And what's the range? Oh fuck! It's still. I need a long range spell. Someone, he's holding. Someone get me up there.
Okay, so you're delaying.
Mm-hmm.
Ugg. Ugg's got a movement of 40.
You can
Ugg
run.
runs.
Okay, you got to run in a straight line. Yeah, we'll say he's kind of running along the side of the road and ends up stumbling into the road. his little tiny gimpy arm kind of scratched the side of his head as he was running. Pulls up his pants a little bit.
Yeah, I've been so screwed.
All right, Eddie. Edward.
Let's see what spells he's got. Good
He
old Edward.
has
Anything to screw him up for a round.
nothing long range.
Nothing long range. He has two.
Oh wait, he's got two. Yes,
He has two different schools. Yeah.
He does have Cheetah Sprint as a first level spellcaster
I'm
spell.
not
Yeah.
familiar with that spell.
It gets given 600 foot. I think 600 foot movement. In a round. Like it's like a burst forward or 500. Something stupid.
Just give me. I'll look it up.
Oh, this is driving me absolutely crazy.
What?
Sorry, I'm complaining. I can't scroll up and down the sheets, or I can't navigate through map tools properly.
So
Check
on,
your IP address.
minus. Okay.
if you take a charge or run action before the end of turn, you can move a total distance of 100 times your base land speed. This is a swift action spell.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he'll use that. I think.
Okay, so he's going
100 times your base.
So
10
30,
times.
so he gets 300. He gets 300.
Although he can't run through allies, so he won't be able to do it this round.
Well, he can take a move speed. He can take a move
Yeah,
and
charge
then
or
switch.
run.
Well, he can move.
Actually, he can delay until
He can move.
and then
Take
do
a swift action to cast a spell and take another move.
If you take a charge or run action before the end of your turn, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see.
Okay, it has to be. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
see.
can double move up and get himself into a position to do.
Actually, you
to
know
use
what
it.
he's going to do? He's going to move to this side instead.
Yeah, smart.
Okay.
Moves over there and draws his sword because he may as well have that out.
Okay. He still has a standard action left. If he knows he's going to be.
And he's going to cast. Does he have Expeditious Retreat? Because that would just make him so much faster.
He does have expeditious. He doesn't have it prepared.
Oh, well, that is unfortunate.
It also doesn't stack.
Oh,
It's all enhancement bonus.
The same enhance. Yeah.
okay.
What's the range of magic missile?
It's
Long, right?
It's I'd have to look it up. It's been a while
Or
since I used
glitter
it in
dust.
research. Glitter dust is short.
Is it?
You won't hit him with glitter dust.
Medium range for magic missile.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Oh,
We
no,
all
that
need to
could
be up
range.
at that line right there.
All right. So maybe he casts Cat's Grace or Mirror Image on himself.
I'm gonna go with Mirror Image.
Okay. He is 5th level,
That's
so
safer.
D4 plus
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. Good call.
Is Edward
It's coming.
too much things in the road as he scrambles over the bench for one of the wagons? You hear Countess Opal going, "What is going on?" She says as Edward is scrambling over. "Your guide, he is leaving." Okay, so Edward's got 4 images, including himself, which you cannot distinguish from one
We're
another.
about to race. Enjoy the show.
Edward, as a free action, slams a new bolt into his heavy crossbow.
Roger.
Sorry, Roger. Yeah, Roger free actions a bolt into his crossbow. Fuck, he's cursing about it not being a gun. He 30 foot forward. Yeah. he's talking to the skeleton belay that is pulling Radimer's death cart. Radimer, you could see while he was waiting, he was writing in his book, and he just looks up towards Edouard like he didn't know what was going on, like he's in the middle of something important to a wizard. Is he going to fire again?
I think he's gonna fire at the guy though. If he jumped off the horse.
Yep. So 190 feet away, I believe, is the second range increment. However, Roger has favored enemy human +4. So that is a net +2 bonus. He is attacking a single time with his crossbow for +15. That's a critical threat.
Critical. Yeah, that's...
With a crossbow.
Don't. Oh.
This was deadly aimed as well.
Yes.
AC
AC 23.
That is a critical hit with the crossbow.
Yeah, I want to see Marty's
Don't
face.
mess
Keep
with
that face.
launcher.
Keep that face, Marty. Yeah.
Get the fuck back here is what he yells. He fires Gnome Slayer into the guide's back, and roll percentile for the critical hit.
9.
It's alright, I'll take the crit anyways.
9 is a reduced crit with a minor condition. Okay, so it only does regular damage. Now get this: D10 +4 is his normal damage with human favored enemy. It's D4 +8. Or D10 +8, and with deadly aim, it becomes a D10 +12.
12? Yeah.
18 points of damage.
Oh! This thing whistles by the guy's neck, and you notice that it carves a nice line into the side of his neck, and he's bleeding.
The condition.
And the condition is a DC 23 on the save to avoid. Dun, dun, dun. What is a minor condition?
Avoid instant diarrhea.
To avoid being deafened. Okay, so you got hit in the ear. Deafen's bad if you're a spellcaster. He fails, so he's deaf.
For how long?
Forever.
He's got ringing in his ears for a round.
Yeah.
That was Roger. Fucking get him! Valen is going to expeditiously double move around the corner, and I think this is where map tools is superior to all the other tools that we found. I'm just going to draw vast tracts of land. On the forest road and expose that. There's another bend up ahead.
Mortenzi! Ah! Get in there!
Mortenzi's up the road somewhere. You're guessing... Well, actually, you don't know how far it
Spends
is.
full time running, looking over his shoulder, gets a hammer in the head.
Yep. So he was there when he got off his horse, and then he double moved. I guess he could run. Straight line. He runs to about here. Oh! Looking back, he's very frightened of all of you. He leaves his horse behind, which is whinnying and kind of trying to sit down, but then it feels pain and it kind of shoots right back up. The horse looks like it's in dire straits. All right, so Valen is now running down this back forest road. There are the odd parts of the road where the trees have reached over in a canopy. This is later in the day. The shadows are long, and it is in the middle of late spring, early summer. So there are a lot of bugs. Bugs when the wind isn't up. All right, that was Valen. Arlen, you've delayed fully to your next round.
Yep, because, wheelchairs are a bit of a disadvantage. Not a lot. Just when you're in the mucky road, yeah, boss. I don't
What
have
is
anything.
going on? Says Radimer, finally looking up at his book. Ah, he's getting away.
Running off. The guide's running off. There's something up ahead.
More
He's going to
tensies
warn
up
them.
ahead.
Sorry.
Mr. Pickles, his undead monkey, is also laughing. The thing creeps you up.
Can I at least do a bless to try to? It doesn't matter. The guy's gone. There's nothing I have in my inventory that can do anything for this guy. So.
Okay. Sounds like you aren't doing anything. Ugh.
I'm like, all right. I'll delay. Actually, I'll keep moving forward. I'll just keep moving forward.
All right. So you double move forward to there.
Yep.
Ugh.
Ug's going to. Ug can't run, can he?
He can kind of run. Yeah.
He doesn't have a long range weapon, does he? Even if.
So he's running around the corner. Eddie.
He's going to cast his cheetah sprint. Now, are these prepared spells or are these
Prepared.
spellcaster spells?
Nope, they are
Nice.
like
Spellcaster?
sorcerer.
Oh,
Hold on.
They're okay as sorcerers. We can cast it again. All right. Yeah,
So
moves.
Eddie moves to about there in a straight run with cheetah sprint. He's just sort of gone. There's a streak, and then he's at the corner with Ugg. He slides along the ground towards Ugg. Ugg just turns back, like, what's going on? There's a fun look at Eddie. Looks like he's having fun with his spell. Ugg was surprised by it, and so was the horse, who's kind of bucking and whining. I don't know if Valen's gonna outrun Edward. That will be interesting. All right, so let's play this out. That was Eddie. Roger, I think, is just gonna run to the corner. He moves about 120 feet. So he's moving up.
Yeah.
Fuck! How'd you get so fast? He's saying. He reloads his crossbow quickly, and he's running up. Valen is basically running down the road in a straight line to there. Arlen just double moving up. You're muted. You're still muted. You're muted. Alright, Arlen double moves up. Ugg runs. Trying not to get into Eddie's way. Which brings us to Eddie. Eddie's swift actions again.
Yep.
And moves 300.
I'm coming for you.
All right, Valen whirls around. Let's see if Valen knows what you're doing. He's got a +8. Yeah, you can't keep that up forever. That's what he's saying. He yells to Edward.
I get you next time. That's enough.
I'm not gonna draw more road apparently, because you guys are chewing it up pretty quickly. Top of the round is Roger. So Roger now is 430 feet away from the dude.
That's some distance.
Think he might just keep on running with the group. Somebody put that horse down, is what he says as he yells by. Perhaps showing a soft spot for animals. You don't know. Valen's going to run. His movement rate's 60, so he's moving at 240. Runs down the road. Arlen Arlen just continues to wheel forward at 40. I guess he can kind of run. He's like wheeling really as fast as he can and wheels 60 forward. Wheeling down the horse, or wheeling down the road. And Ugg also running to try to keep up. Eddie. Now, Eddie could try to move. He could try to swift action and go through the bushes. This will probably require a acrobatics check if he wants to try to catch up to.
He does want to catch up, so he will try the acrobatics check.
Okay, the acrobatics check is DC 20. If he fails, he'll be like running headlong into like a branch or a tree or something, and this may hurt.
Crossing our fingers. Go, Eddie. 25.
He jumps. He's moving so fast that he's sort of climbing trees and their branches as he's running. He jumps over a log with these great steps and just ducks underneath a particular branch that came out of nowhere. And he is now in Valen's face. He sort of almost tackles into Valen a little bit as Valen turns around. Ah!
Now, is that a charge or a run?
That was a run to get that far.
Okay.
But you've caught up to him. You are running. I don't think he has the run feat, so I don't think you're threatening. But I don't know if Eddie is if Valen's going to do anything. So Roger continues to huff and puff and try to catch up. Actually, he goes back to the horse. Heal the horse already. I'm never going to catch up to them this way. And he's got a ready action to hop on the horse when Arlen heals it. Drop his initiative. Yeah. Valen is going to whirl around. I wanted to know who was a better swordsman, he says, as he draws his rapier. And he's going to attack Edward with his rapier. Now fuck off, if you will. AC 21.
I think with Edward that is the hit. Just a second.
I believe Edward, because he was running, lost his
it hits.
dex bonus.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay, I'll roll to see which image it actually hits. Hits
Edward.
him. Yep. Okay. 1d6. 1, 4.
Excuse me.
There we go. Yeah, I'm on my phone because apparently I'm getting that same update that Mark got. So, oh friggin', no wonder my laptop was screwed up. So I don't know how long it's gonna take. So I'm on my phone for now.
It took my shitty computer about 40 minutes, dude.
No, it's not so bad. I'm like 3 out of 8 now. So
Yeah, I said no to that update on my end.
I didn't get a
Mine,
chance.
as soon as I start, I didn't get the option. Mine just started when I started my computer.
All right, I'm figuring out the damage. Hello, Philip. How's it going? You. 1d6 plus 4, and at what level do you get to add your swashbuckler levels to damage? Is it 4th?
Third level.
3rd? Okay.
Third level.
1d6 plus 8.
Oh, Division Phil.
And then...
That's a friend of mine.
Power attack.
Okay, he stabs Roger for 18 damage.
Oh!
I didn't mean to. Oh, I'm sorry, he says. Apparently I am the better swordsman. And then he's like rubbing his ears because there's something wrong with it. He was talking a little bit funny and the deafness goes away.
What? What?
Oh, favorite enemy human, 2 more damage. I forgot that.
Ah.
He is a swashbuckler ranger Gestalt bard.
Alright, 2 more damage.
I got it. All right. After Edward got stabbed, he somehow saw which image was actually Edward.
He got lucky.
Philip, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. That was Valen, who mocked him a little bit. Arlen continues to ride forward, and you're hustling forward on the wheelchair, Arlen.
Just keep immediately forward. I'm not gonna be able. I'm not gonna get involved in that combat. I'm gonna get to the horse and try to heal it.
Okay, yeah. Roger's like, come on, buddy, come on. he wants to join. He wants to join the battle, but on this horse that is badly injured, he does not want to ride. Ugg is also running down the road. Ugg could also kind of run through the bushes with an acrobatics check. He may not take as much damage because he's not cheetah speeding, but he could cut a corner if you wanted. This is only DC 15 acrobatics.
Yeah, we'll let it try.
Okay.
This is acrobatics.
Ugg goes running through the trees. Of course, you got to run in a straight line to cover the most distance, and there's a chance he could trip or something. I don't know.
30,
Fucking Ugg runs through like part of a dead tree to like just BAM! And then
can't Ugg do? Win a beauty pageant. That's about it. That's about it. The only thing he can
jumps over a massive log and ducks underneath some nettles and manages to bust through onto the other side of the road and looking around to see where everyone is, and sees Edward up ahead in a sword duel with the guide Valen of the Vastwood. After Ugg, it's Eddie. Eddie manages to get his footing after he gets stabbed. He's in this weird pose, like he's got his blade out, like, come on.
Okay. Eddie is going to... I know what he's going to do. He's got weapon finesse.
By your accent, you're from the west, aren't you? You're from the east,
Really?
aren't you?
He's going to do that thing where he can attack and cast spell.
Yep.
In
Is he
two attacks.
is he attacking? Is he casting the spell through the attack, or is he?
No.
He's okay.
Well, hang on. Does Edward know what a swashbuckler's fighting style is? I'm assuming he does.
Let's give him a sense motive or a bab plus his wisdom to ascertain what this guy is. You're also going to get +2 on the roll because you've been able to watch him over like the period of days. This is the first time you've ever seen him fight.
All right, so +9. His sense motive.
We'll say the DC is 15.
30. No.
Yeah, you don't know that he can riposte.
Then he's going to go to the old standard and put it through the.
Put it through the
sword.
weapon. Okay.
There we go. All right.
All right. Oh, he's still got a.
Can update.
He blocks with an AC of 24.
Well, I have not struck yet.
Buckler bullcrap.
Easy.
Edward also has
This could
swashbuckler
still
powers.
happen.
Yeah.
Yes, they're not as. They don't counter the counter. AC 26 and a possible.
And
critical.
a possible critical. Okay, he gets past the defense. You know now that he is a swashbuckler.
+7.
Did I tell you that I hate swashbucklers?
Why?
That's bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
AC 13 is
Magnus is bullshit.
AC 13 is not a critical hit. He managed to block it just enough so that you didn't push the sword all the way through him, but you do poke him or slash him, if you will, with the scimitar, with the Ravenhurst blade, which is a magical scimitar.
Arcane strike on it. All right, so it is. He's a 5th level caster. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So 6.
Which spell got put into it? Shocking grasp.
Shocking grasp.
Okay, so there's a channeling pulse also from the spell casting that went along with the hit. Oh, a crit would have been really nice.
Oh, yeah, would have been brutal. Like,
As electricity travels up the blade into his blade and sparking into his armor, he kind of goes. There's a bit of smoke coming out of his ears
alright.
as he gets stabbed.
Damage. He does dex damage, correct?
Yep.